Today I'd like to take a look at a vintage Omega Constellation. This is reference 168.005. Production date circa 67-68. The stainless steel case is 34 millimeters in diameter and the lug widths are 18. In addition to the basic timekeeping functions is a date at 3. This is a 10-sided crown. In the interest of full disclosure, this is not the original crown. I believe the original crown was also 10-sided, but it was a little bit thinner. This is a little bit higher, but it still looks okay and it works out fairly well. Has a screw-on case back, and you can see the observatory logo on the back, observatory motif on the back. The crystal is acrylic, and there's an Omega logo etched into the center, which you can't see on this video. Let's take a look at some of the features of the dial. Give you guys a nice close-up. The hands are treated with tritium, and there are tritium dots along the outer edges of the minute indices. Now you can see the dial also has a convex shape to it. I guess if you use your imagination, it looks like the bottom of a pie pan. So these constellations are sometimes referred to as pie pan constellations. You can see the writing there. Automatic chronometer officially certified Constellation. Now, how do you set the watch? It's very simple. You just wind it like so. You don't have to do anything special. You pull it out to the first position to change the hands, or set the hands rather. And when you want to set the date, you have to pull it all the way out. Watch that 7. Now it's an 8. You want to change it to 9, push it back in, pull it all the way out again. That's kind of unusual. Now the water resistance rating on this watch was originally rated to a depth of 30 meters. Now, it goes without saying that when it comes to these vintage watches, you're definitely not going to take it down to 30 meters. If anything, if you can survive a little splash of water on it when you wash your hands, or if you get caught in the rain, you should be happy. So I'd like you to take that into account the next time you're buying a vintage watch. Don't push it, in spite of the fact that it's 30 meters. These are old watches, and definitely not going to be as water resistant as they were. I guess unless you send it back to Omega and you have everything reworked. New gaskets, new everything. Let's talk a little bit about the movement. Inside ticks caliber 564. It's a 24 joule automatic movement beating at 19,800 beats per hour. Features a swan neck regulator. Power reserve on this particular watch is 51.5 hours. As I mentioned before, it's a certified chronometer, or at least that's what it says on the dial. And this watch does about +2 to about +3 seconds a day, so I'm pretty satisfied with it. It received a complete overhaul from my local watchmaker a couple of years back, and he did a very fine job on it. I'd like to point out that the mid-500 series of calibers produced by Omega were and still are highly regarded. They were built with very good materials. They were built with durability in mind, reliability, and ease of service. Basically, if these watches are maintained well, there's no reason why it can't last for several generations. Now, bracelet. Right now it's on a so-called beads of rice or rice bead bracelet, but they were originally sold with a strap. I don't know if it was leather or croc, but you could later on buy these bracelets as an accessory item, in case you want to mix it up a bit, or you don't want to wear the strap anymore. You want a little bit of a change. So there you have it, a vintage Omega Constellation, affectionately referred to as a pie pan Connie. Personally, I feel that these watches offer excellent value for the money. These Constellations were the flagship watches back in the day. Right now, there's probably a little bit more of an emphasis on the Seamasters and all the more sporty sort of watches. But back then, it was really the Constellation that led the way. Hope you've enjoyed this review, and stay tuned. Every so often, I'll take a look at dig out one of my watches from my collection and talk about it. Okay? Take care now. See you next time. Bye.